I'm Chase Taylor. I'm a fourth year PhD candidate in Dr. Warren Alilain's lab at the University of Kentucky.
And as Chase said, my name is Warren Alilain. I'm an associate professor at the University of Kentucky, and my laboratory is a part of the Spinal Cord and Brain Injury Research Center. So my lab is primarily focused on cervical spinal cord injury, and trying to promote the recovery of breathing after such a devastating insult. And that's the main goal. But we're branching out by trying to look at more personalized precision medicine approaches. And also, because it's such a high-level injury, we're looking at some of those unseen or sometimes forgotten ailments which occur primarily like organ dysfunction.
I think historically spinal cord injury has focused on sensory and motor deficits following the injury, and I think that looking at these peripheral organs, in the case of what I'm showing at this conference here, I'm looking at the liver, spleen, the left lung, as well as even the brain, which is more central. But focusing on some of these organs that aren't necessarily the spinal cord, we can look for bidirectional pathways after injury when these organs are showing dysfunction, and look at the ways those affect the spinal cord injury and recovery from that injury. So initially I was at the university and I was interested in some Alzheimer's genetics, and then kind of reaching out to different professors at the university, I found out that Warren had some background in breathing research following spinal cord injury, and he was actually looking at a genetic marker, ApoE, and it's usually associated with Alzheimer's, but it has a major impact on neurorespiratory control. And then from there, I was introduced into other aspects of the spinal cord injury field, which allowed me to open my portfolio and move into some of this peripheral organ after spinal cord injury research.
That's a really kind of interesting question. So I'm going to be chairing a session tomorrow morning on protection or neural regeneration after SCI, and originally two of the speakers are folks that I've worked with when I was younger and a trainee, Mark Tazinski and Jerry Silver. And I worked for pretty much a summer before I started graduate school, and that's where I was first exposed to spinal cord injury. And going into graduate school, that's what I knew I wanted to study. And in graduate school, working with really a leader in spinal cord injury and impaired breathing, Harry Goshgarian, I learned about this whole deficit in breathing, something that's essentially essential to life. And that's what I've been studying ever since then, and trained with Jerry Silver looking at axonal regeneration approaches towards recovery function. And that's what I've been doing for close to, or I think now, more than 20 years. I think the message is that, it's the ICRT meeting to me is unique in the sense it's not just the spinal cord injured researchers and clinicians. It's really great to have the community be a part of this too. That you see a lot of the individuals in wheelchairs, and I think my message to them would be to be an active participant in these symposiums and make your voice heard, because oftentimes without the input of this really important community, we could go on tangents, but their participation really allows for more focus and provides insights which you might not necessarily have.